Similar, we will be doing the multiplication of like and unlike terms and the steps that you need to follow. Please note that you can multiply and divide unlike terms. However, you cannot add or subtract unlike terms. You can multiply and divide like and unlike terms. However, you cannot add or subtract unlike terms. When you multiply and divide, make sure you multiply and divide the integer part first of each term, and then multiply and divide the variable part of each term. Obviously, when you multiply and divide the variable part, you need to use the exponential rule. Let's take it back to grade 7. When you multiply same sign, your answer will always be positive. Meaning that when you multiply negative with negative, your answer will be positive. For instance, what is negative 4 times negative 3? It'll give you positive 12. Similarly, multiplying positive with positive will still give you positive. Positive 6 times positive 5 gives you it gives you 30. Note that when you multiply different signs, your answer will always be negative. For example, positive times negative will give you negative. So positive 3 times negative 2 will give you negative 6. And what is negative times positive? Negative times positive will give you negative. Here's an example. Negative 5 times 4, it'll give you negative 20. Let's do one example. Well, we're going to do a lot of them. X to the exponent of 4 times x to the exponent of 3. Please note that the variables are the same. When the variables are the same, which is x in this case, you keep the variable and just add the exponent. So this will give you x to the exponent of 4 plus 3. 4 plus 3 will give you 7. Similarly here, the variable is x. You will keep the variable and add the exponent, which will be 2 plus 4 plus 3. And that gives you 9. So when you multiply the variables that are the same, you keep the variable and just add the exponent. But this only works if the variables are the same. If variables are not the same, you just write them next to each other. For example, y times x will give you yx, but I prefer to write it in alphabetical order, so it will give you xy. You got it? Let's move on. How about this one? What would you do here? You multiply integers with integers. And you also multiply variable with variable. So when you multiply 7 with 3, what do you get? You get 21. But when it comes to x multiplied by x, you will write it as x, but you add the exponents, which will be that 4 plus 3. 4 plus 3 will give you 7. Try this one. You'll first multiply 7 with 3 and 2. 7 times 3 will give you 21. 21 times 2 will give you 42. But when it comes to the x's, you write as a variable, but you add the exponents. So we'll write it as x and then add 2 plus 4 plus 3, which will give us 9. So it'll be 42, x to the exponent of 9. Okay, we'll continue next time. Check the next video for more. Kozo.